career that he has come a long way, made us come a long way at CLT. And I have noticed every time I send out an invite as Hafiz Ghani, lots of people join. He's a crowd puller. We have 68 online registrations, and we have some of you that have joined in person. Mostly you are all new faculty, if I'm not wrong, and it's mandatory for most of you to, this is a part of your mandatory certificate. Hafiz Ghani is also the chairperson of Department of Religious Studies. In the past, he has been a Dean of Humanities, and I think he had enough with deanship and he decided to be a simple faculty, teaching faculty, but we didn't allow him that luxury. He has his PhD in Islamic studies, and he has 25 years of teaching experience, 9 years of admin experience, and he has a lot of research under his belt. His publications are mostly about faith, spirituality, and character, and the Islamic way of life. And I can tell you that we really need to know about what is the Islamic way. Over to him. He's one of our best resource persons, and delighted to have you with us, Dr.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome you all here in person, as well as those who are there online. They are more than us, and I expect this today. It will be a great, may not be a very interactive session, but it will be a great source of learning for all of us. And this is my just style of learning, that I accept this challenge at how to deliver a concept or some technical thing or skill in front of more qualified people. So in this way, I just develop myself. So there isn't any good reason for me to teach to others or to develop others, but it is my selfish goal. Anyway, whenever we sit together and we talk to each other and we communicate to each other, we definitely learn from each other, and we all are very good sources of learning and teaching. I have been working with CLT since its inception here at FCC, and I remember that we started this center or this department somewhere in 2007, and since then I am working with it, and to my understanding I have conducted more sessions than any other presenter from this platform. This is a dangerous session today. Dangerous means whenever there is philosophy, and for those who are blind already and they don't know whatever they are doing, why they are doing, and whatever they are working for, what is the reason. So those who are blind, they will become confused. And those who are already confused that what is the top goal of my profession, my teaching, my activity, what is the purpose, what is the meaning, they will get more clarity, I believe. So I hope that we will not be at the state where we are already today. And by the end of the session, we will have a different position, or it will be a disposition. Okay. So let's start. What? Yeah. From your side, this is just brainstorming questions here. The purpose of education is to, what do you think? To you, just to you. Okay. So loudly, please.
The purpose of education is to help become a better person.
Okay. To develop better people. Anybody else?
Awareness.
Awareness, to raise awareness. Wisdom. Okay. Develop skills, soft skills, technical skills. You, madam. Already done. Anybody else, please? The purpose of education. Enlightenment. Okay. So more, I think that more of of the faculty members, they are just in the paradigm of religion and philosophy. Okay. So the role of the teacher, how do you identify what is the role of the teacher in the classroom or in the learning and teaching process? What is the role? Facilitator, mentor, role model, enlightener, yeah, guide, a catalyst, advisor. Okay. I'm sorry, those who are online, I cannot talk to them much, but I am with you and you are with us. So that is why I'm just repeating for you what the audience here they are saying. So students learn best by how? Interaction, active learning, okay. Modeling, observation, presentation, experiments, doing, okay, experiments, thank you. Interaction, okay. Thank you. So these answers actually is the philosophy of your teaching. Okay, this is very simple. This is the philosophy of your teaching. What is your philosophy in teaching, or what is your concept of education? So you have to find the answer of such statements or such questions, that what do you think is or should be the goal of education and the role of the teacher in the class? Are you sage at the stage? Are you a guide by the side? Okay, so you have to define that what is my role and what is their role, as how do you see your students? So that's great. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Next. So just please uncover this message. This one. Why a teaching philosophy? Okay. If you look at this picture, you see there is a question mark just in the center. If you find out what should be the pivotal point and the center of the whole of your profession and the teaching, okay, and you can write a paragraph about your teaching philosophy, just a paragraph about your philosophy, stating all these areas, explaining all these areas, that what do you think should be the outcomes of your teaching, or what should be the syllabus or subject matter of your activity? How do you apply a particular teaching method? And what is your style of class management? Where do you stand in the classroom? How do you make your students sit in the classroom? Okay, it depends upon your education philosophy, and the projects and assignments and quizzes and examinations or other activities you create for your students, they all actually revolve around your basic philosophy of your teaching. If philosophy of teaching is not clear, it is blur and it is blind. It means you are creating, or we are creating, some assignments which don't make any sense. We are collecting some material for the students and designing a course without any direction. We are doing. We are maybe we are considering ourselves an effective teacher, but we cannot define it and we cannot justify it. Why I am teaching the way I am teaching, why I am selecting the material for the student which I am recommending them to watch and read and consult. Why? Okay, so that is why this question should be addressed, and this is what we are talking about today. In this way. So anyway, when you have your teaching philosophy clearly crafted and designed, then it conveys your teaching beliefs and values and goals to the broader audience. If someone asks you the same question, what is your teaching belief? And you have to say, I believe that the purpose of education is mental enlightenment, for example. So this is about mind. But someone other says, but my belief is that we should work with the heart of the students more than the mind of the students. And you say, empathetic heart is more important than the critical mind. Mhm. I believe empathetic heart is more important to be a successful person. All those who are in favor of emotional intelligence, they would say like this, that emotional intelligence is the way to be more effective and successful person in this life. As a manager, as a leader, as a householder, as father, as mother, as brother and sister. So if you follow this line, you will be saying that I develop empathetic heart, but other one would be saying that I develop critical mind. Someone would be saying that my belief is that they are technicalities, they are more important. So I work with their hands for how to do it practically. So this is why. So it conveys your teaching values and beliefs. It justifies your teaching, your learning, and your assessment strategy. Why you what is your favorite and what is you think uh, your teaching style or teaching method? Lecture, discussion, case studies, projects, simulations. What is your top priority teaching method? And you say, I love lectures. Why? Because this is the requirement of my discipline and it belongs to my teaching philosophy. And this is the best choice. The whole world says that lectures are now no more relevant. You say it is still relevant. For example, if you are Mr. or Miss Chips, and the principal of the school says that you are a more primitive type of person, but you say I have to be, because the subject matter I teach to my students, the best method for this subject is lecture. So you can defend it. You can justify your teaching method. And whatever you create in the name of assessment, this is my quiz, this is my examination, this is my project or class presentation. And if someone asks, why this question? Why this essay assessment? Why MCQs? Why short question answers? And you can give the answer of why. Why? How it relates to your education philosophy. So it justifies your learning assessment and strategy and enhances awareness to the philosophy of your discipline. We all belong to a particular discipline, a particular faculty, and then a department and discipline. And we must know the nature of that subject. It belongs to a particular school of philosophy. So we must know, okay? And the institution. And this philosophy of teaching helps to become reflective, transformative, and mission-driven person. And this is the meaning of you find meaning and purposefulness in your teaching and in your profession. And it provides evidence of your teaching quality and teaching effectiveness. It helps. So that is why it is important. But just answer these questions. It is a statement. Your personal, professional statement, your professional statement. When you write a paragraph or two paragraphs cohesively, just answering these questions. If you just answer these questions, okay, what do you believe to be the purpose of education? Just we started with this question. And you say, but if you have said earlier that I think the purpose of education is character building, maybe it is not aligned with the course. In the course, practically, you don't do anything in your classroom to develop ethically and morally strong people, and you don't assess their character at the end of your course, maybe. And this, it means your belief is different, your work is different, your activity in the class is different, and there are gaps. Okay, create alignment. So adopt a well thought of philosophy of your life. What do you believe to be the purpose of education? You need not to say that character building is my philosophy of education, although you believe, yes, character building is an important goal of education, but you have to put yourself in the line of your subject matter and in the line of your discipline. Okay. You cannot say that. They all say that we need good people. We need good people, but you can say that, but I am working with their hands. Okay. With their hands, practically what to do and how to do. Okay. So that is why I agree. But that is your job. That is your philosophy. You do that. I will be doing skill building. Okay. So whenever next time you say that what is your belief to be the purpose of education, you have to say anything which is aligned with your discipline. Okay. So this is very important. You should not go to please others that this is a great goal, this is enlightenment, this is character building, this is something else. Or the people from religious studies or philosophy, they are saying that we need to develop problem solvers that who can identify some social problem and then solve the problems practically. This is not their scope. Okay, they have to work differently. So we are a team. So we have different philosophies or we have different aspects. So when we work together, then we develop a holistic person, a complete being. Some work with the mind, some with the hands, some with the heart, some with understanding, some with doing, some with communication, some with soft skills, some with hard skills. Anything you would like to add here up till now? So we have discussed here 2 points. Why philosophy? And what is philosophy? This is what is philosophy of education and why philosophy. Where you can find your teaching philosophy. Your syllabus reflects whatever this course you have and your syllabus teaching 1 course or 2 courses or 3 courses. Okay. You can find. Or if you just show me your course with the whole pack, that this is your course outline, this is the material, these are the activities, this is the list of your projects, I can just say that you are a confused person, you are a clear person, do you have a philosophy, or you are just doing it without any direction? Okay. So your syllabus, your assignments, format, content, expectation, all these are the reflection of your teaching philosophy. And then your classroom style. In class, how do you do whatever you do? Your teaching method, your classroom management style, your interactive style with your students, your dealing style, the way you actually have counseling sessions with your students, all this is your environment. It reflects your philosophy of teaching or philosophy of education. Unfortunately, there are so many gaps and connection to the institutional mission and vision, okay, and disciplinary needs. Okay. Then you connect your course with the institutional philosophy of education. Institutional philosophy of education, your philosophy of education, your philosophy of teaching, they are connected to each other. They are working together. Okay. So these are 3 areas where we can find out our teaching philosophy. This is the reflection. And if it reflects confusion, then it means we need to work with it. And this is what we are doing today. So how? Now, the question is how to develop it, how to develop or explore my teaching philosophy, how you can do it. So those who are online, please, you can have your lunch simultaneously, but be focused whatever we are doing here. So this is how many of you have already done this exercise? Okay. Uh-huh.
How does the environment of the university or the environment of the institute affect the philosophy of the class? For example, I'm teaching in another government university, and there they offered a course of specialization to a student, those who didn't study the prereq. And when I came to a class, I bring multiple case study, mini projects, assignment related to a skill based. But after knowing their knowledge curve, I came to know the BA student, MPhil and MBA student are sitting together
Mhm.
without covering the prereq.
Mhm.
So how the environment is going to affect the teaching philosophy,
Mhm.
and how to respond that?
Mhm. So when we develop our teaching philosophy or education philosophy, the question is that what is the role of the institutional environment, institutional policies, their guidelines, their procedures, their rules and regulations, how all it affects my teaching philosophy. It affects obviously when we design courses and other activities in the paradigm of my teaching philosophy, I have to keep in mind situational factors. This is called situational factors. What is the situation in this institution, in this university? What are the rules and regulations? How they can affect my philosophy or my teaching strategy? And you feel that this is the policy. I cannot change the policy, but I can change this activity, the way it works. You will be working under the umbrella of your teaching philosophy, but obviously you will be keeping in mind all the stakeholders, maybe student level, maybe some academic policy of the institution, maybe some other facilities available in the classroom. They are not very conducive and they are not favorable, but it does not mean that I can say that I cannot follow it. Then training is that you have to find out a best way or better way to work in the circumstances. Always effective people, they always work in their close circle and in their area of influence. They do not quarrel with the whole world that you are not favorable. You are not facilitating me. This is not the best way. The best way is to come here and you have to work in this weather condition. You have to work in this Pakistan, in this institution. So you have to find out, okay, I have to achieve this goal, but I have to adopt this strategy. Okay. So this is the exercise. Those who have done, would you please share that what is your school of philosophy or school of education you have found out? You belong to? You are from School of Life Sciences, and by doing this exercise, you have explored that you belong to idealism. Mhm. Anybody else?
So my approach was the combination of pragmatism
Mhm.
and existentialism and humanism. I am from the
You are from the English department, and you are it must be your natural I mean the way of teaching where you fall in pragmatism and existentialism.
humanism.
Okay. Those who are online, could you please write that? What is your, by doing this exercise, where do you fall? Humanism, existentialism. Mhm. Mhm. Idealism, pragmatism. So School of Life Sciences, if I have a question, if you say that my philosophy of education is connected with the general philosophy of idealism, I have some problem with it. Life sciences and philosophy, general philosophy of idealism, they are not much compatible. They are not much compatible. So how would you rationalize it?
With just looking at it, and there are two places where idealism has been mentioned.
Mhm,
One is information processing.
mhm,
I chose that one.
mhm,
The information processing,
mhm.
and my concept was that the student must learn and process everything that way
he would be able to remember those things for a longer period of time. Normally, what happens is that students don't focus on long-term knowledge. What they do is they just tend to listen to instructor and focus on exams. What I focus is on that the students, they must study in a way that they can keep the knowledge
Okay.
and apply it wherever it is
Right.
applicable.
You see, Dr. Saab, the problem is here, okay? He is from natural sciences, natural and physical sciences from the faculty. But the general school of ideology, according to this practice or this exercise, when he says that I believe this should happen in the classroom, this is the ideal teaching method, this is the ideal goal of this is my choice. And I see that there is a gap. They are not highly aligned. Natural sciences, natural and physical sciences, they are not much compatible with idealism. Now you have to work with it that obviously we are human beings, we are not bound to follow. Okay, we can change. We can change our school or we can change our teaching style or our goal, and we can redesign our course compatible with the idealism, or you have to leave this school. The idealism is not my school, although it is good, it seems fascinating and impressive, but this is not my choice. I have to work in realism. Alignment is here. Natural sciences and realism, it works together, and this is more powerful strategy rather than by belief system you belong to idealism, but practically you are following something physical in the class, something material in the class. You are teaching about the material world, but you say that immaterial world is the reality of life. Okay, so this is the gap. When we believe that idealism means whatever is idea, whatever is abstract, that is real. But when I teach in the classroom, I say, this table is reality. This matter is reality. And matter is of 3 states, for example, and I go into the detail of that. So I am not talking much about ideas. Mhm. Next. आप slide change कर दें. Yes. Dr. Rukhsana, can you hear us? And do you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to say there's a lot of faculty that have responded to your question. And I would encourage actually Anish to please unmute and sort of let the speakers, online speakers, say if they have a longer question, and also to introduce the speaker in the audience as well as online so that we know who is saying what. Is that okay, Hafiz Ghani?
I think that we can do it a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay.
But there are lots of answers in the from the online and there are questions also.
But once it's over. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just wait a moment, please. So here are 4 schools of philosophy. We are going to talk about philosophy. It is very rough and tough. You say, but it is simplified. There are 4 schools. Yeah, idealism, where they say, what is the nature of reality? What is real? The question is, what is real? Okay. Idealism says ideas. Okay. Whatever is abstract mental idea, that is the true reality. All this is the manifestation and reflection of that abstract great idea. Ideas are real and great. Okay. So what matters? Ideas, it means enriching the mind of the students how to work with those great ideas and appreciate them and accept them. Okay. So you have to here identify which is your line. Are you idealistic? Idealism is your school of philosophy, which says that the reality or truth is ideal or abstract and it is mental. It is not, do not need to say, mean not, but we say that I think that this is true. Okay? This is reality. But realism, world exists in terms of matter, separate from world of ideas and independent of it. So it talks about the world, physical world. Maybe cosmos, the globe, the solar system, the galaxies, the stars, and other things. If we belong to the second school, realism, it means whatever we see, whatever is empirical and physical, that is true. And that is the truth of life. That is the biggest top reality. And you are teaching this to your students and you are enriching the mind. If you look in the last column, universe, and enriching the mind, training the mind that how to see and understand this universe, collecting the information through your observation and senses. Okay. So if I am from biological sciences, from any other natural and physical sciences, what I be teaching to the students that how to observe this universe. This universe is reality. Universe is reality. This material world is reality. So my course is aligned with this philosophy of education, this philosophy. Okay. But maybe in religious studies, I can't do that. In religious studies, whatever you see, it is just elusive. It is just elusive. I can say that, but you cannot say that in your course. Okay. If you say that and you teach again that today we are going to talk about the human composition of human body, and this is a composition of different cells and tissues and molecules and organisms and this and that type of, then you say, just you are wasting our time, sir. When it is not real, why we are spending a lot of effort to understand it is not real. Talk about, you say that you yourself say it is not real, the real is ideal, the real is mental. Then why are you just teaching us something more and more about this physical world? So this is a gap. This is a gap. So you have to identify your line and your role, where you fall. But okay, the first one is about, you can say about God, about metaphysics, about abstract world. The second one is about physical world. The third one is about, so what? It says, so what? If you say this universe has billions of stars, millions of galaxies, numerous, worlds, so what? What is the use of this information? A pragmatist would be asking you, so what? So what? You see, just an information. But what is the value of this information, significance of this information? What should I teach to my students? Why this information you need? What is the practical side and use of this? Okay, usefulness. This is pragmatic mind. So if you say that, this is my discipline, to teach to the students whatever is practically significant, that I be teaching in my classroom. So if you say pragmatism is my school, so it is learning by experience. Let's work with this, and then we learn from the experience what works, what doesn't, what works, what doesn't. Let's have an experience. It works, yes, it works. Okay, it can be generalized. It does not work, no, it doesn't. Leave it. Leave it. It is not an important information or important. Even then, if you say this is a piece, a masterpiece, this is a classical work, you should read it. Why? It does not work. It is not practically important. It is all utopian. John Davy would be saying it is all utopian in pragmatism. Existentialism is a school which says that focus should be me, even not the society, even not the problem solving, social problem solving. Focus should be me. Who am I? First, this is the most important question. What is my reality, or who am I? Okay. If I am there, then I can work with the society and the universe and the abstract reality. If I am not there and I do not have that self-awareness, I cannot be working with all this whole universe. So, me, who am I? Do I exist? Yes, I exist. Then who am I? You are your ego. Okay, sense of being. It means I am sense. I have my self-esteem. Yes, I am something. Maybe your discipline is compatible with this sort of philosophy that I have to develop self-confident students. Those who are confident in themselves, those who have high self-esteem power. And if they are transformed, they are developed, then they can live a good, beautiful life, successful life. If they are not a great being, their personal quality is compromised. They do not have a very good sense of being and ego or self-awareness. We cannot help them live a better life. We cannot. This school is of the view that this self is reality. The self is reality. Transform it. Give the sense of being to this student. Okay. So these are very important schools, and philosophers, they have done a lot of work, but we don't need to. We just need to understand. Yeah.
Would that include character building in existing?
In problems are in pragmatism. Character building is the problem that you say that people are not responsible, they do not behave themselves, they do not follow ethics, they do not do. So it is a problem. So solving the problems when you say. So this is experience, and in bracket we have written problem solving. This is will be working with pragmatism. Yeah. Next. Mhm. There should be an elect philosophy which would cater needs of every type. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They are a blend of all these philosophies should be. No, I think that it should be, but how it can be, you work with the mind, you work with problem solving, decision making, self, and then we work together and it makes a whole. Okay, we all cannot explore a theory of everything. Okay, but we can work together. So that is why working together, but university can develop its mission statement, which is a blend of all philosophies, and we will be understanding that.
It's entirely not all, but it can be combination of the two. For example, if I take myself, it can be religion because in my course, I have to teach them the basics first to make them understand about the basic concepts. And then it has to be pragmatism as well, because I have to make them apply that into the real world as well with experience and the experimentation.
You see that I can be a combination, my course should not be. I can be, it means I am the product of a team. I am a student. You all are working with me. She is working from a different dimension. She is working from a different dimension. She is working from a different dimension. And I am raising as a holistic person. So I can say I am a combination of all philosophies, or I am the product of all philosophies. But a person as a teacher should not do it because he or she cannot do it. Your course cannot afford it. Your course is a specialized course for one dimension of that personality. Maybe it is skill building, or it is information based, or it is ideas based. So that is the problem of teaching. That teaching, you have to be specialized person, but that student is working with all departments. This is the beauty of liberal arts system. That student is moving around.
Also, as a teacher, for example, I am in psychology, but teachers, they are teaching statistics, which is more calculation. And there is history, there is therapy, theory. So there are loads. So maybe the person who is teaching statistics,
Connected to
they can
emotions.
connect to maybe more realism, because that's figures.
Okay.
They have to do numericals. And rest of the teachers can
go in another direction, or
Mm.
maybe if the teacher is teaching different courses.
Mhm.
I'm not very clear about it. That
No, I understand
they can
perhaps
follow
that.
different lines
Yeah.
while they're teaching different courses.
That is maybe the requirement of, again, your subject matter, that you are teaching psychology, again, maybe statistics in psychology. And then you just talking about the research style in psychology, that this is quantitative research and it works in this way, but again, working with the psychology of the people. But statistics are just a tool over there, but this is not the philosophy. You are still teaching, I'm in psychology. Okay. So in this way, you have to select. All these education purposes are fascinating, they are catchy. So this is the distraction. This is the distraction. If you say that my belief is that the purpose of education is, for example, is this. First of all, you have to identify the alignment which belongs to your discipline, which belongs to your school of education or school of philosophy. Which one? Which one? Not all. All are scattered in the whole university. You should not try to work with all them. It is confusion. And you cannot do that. Some are working with the critical thinking, some are problem solving, some are maybe working together. Teamwork means they are peace and working together and teaming and collaborations. Some courses are relevant to this goal. Next. Now, who are you as a teacher? Obviously, according to the nature, according to your philosophy of education, you have to select a cap for you, a cap or title or metaphor for you. Who are you as a teacher? You cannot say, I am a great teacher in the class, a scholar. Okay. Maybe you need not to be a scholar in the class. You just need to be a facilitator, and you have to stand by the side of the students here, okay, and saying that you are more, for example, if you are existentialist, you will be saying you are more important. You are more important. Even I am not more important for you. You are more important for you. You have to believe in you. You should not believe in me. You should believe in you. Okay. And I dare say that before you believe in God, you have to believe in you. So you have to select a right metaphor for yourself, who you are as a teacher. For example, what do you say about yourself from this sheet? Are you a lamplighter or gardener or muscle builder or bucket filler? What do you think you are?
Thank you. I think I am a challenger because keeping that I belong to religious studies department. I think that when I teach religion to my students, I have to do a lot of learning myself, and for them, I have to do a lot of unlearning. So first, they have to unsubscribe to the information that they have, challenge the narrative that culture is presenting them, and then instilling the new ideas that I might have, and not even my own ideas. I want them to be the authors of their answers. So I am both. I am challenger as well, and I am travel guide as well.
Thank you. So just saying that I am a teacher, now we have to have a metaphor which is consciously opted and adopted. And you say that I am this person. This is my role. From this list or from any other list. Right? You must know that what should be the suitable title of your activity. As a teacher, your role, what should be the suitable title? Okay. And you own it. And you say that I belong to this segment. This is not my, I don't believe in bucket filler. Okay. Why? Because this is not the nature of my dimension of the student development. I don't need to pour a flood of information to that empty vessel or glass. This is not my role. So I'm not this. I'm challenger, for example. I am artist. I am this. I am that. Okay. And in the same way, how do you label your students? Okay. How do you label yourself and how do you label your students? How do you see them? Okay. It belongs to your teaching philosophy. It belongs to your basic belief system or your school of education or your school of philosophy. And you should work in the alignment to that. This is my school of philosophy. This is my school of education. This is the top purpose of education to me. So that is why this is the suitable title and metaphor for me. And this is the title or name for this my student. Your student might be a seeker, but my student is advisee. The same student in your classroom, the same student is student or seeker, but when he or she comes to my classroom, he or she is no more a seeker, but advisee, because now in the class there is advisor, not the guru. Okay, not the guru. Guru is a different person. Advisor is a different person. Okay. So what you are in your classroom, when we say, I am a teacher, this is overused term. I do not understand. What do I mean by teacher? So that is why you have to have a right metaphor for yourself and the right title for your students. Next, please. I have a class at 2 o'clock. Yeah, most of them. So that is why not, and sorry, we do not have. Next. Okay. Now the philosophy of the institution. This statement was developed, it was developed somewhere in the past, but we reworked with it in 2006. Okay. And I will be just reading the first part of this philosophy, institutional philosophy, understanding institutional philosophy, where I fall. In this statement, where I fall. What is the keyword for my teaching? There are 9 keywords and 1 statement in this mission statement, and you have to identify a relevant and compatible keyword. For example, it says, the mission of Former Christian College, a chapter university, is to impart, create, and disseminate knowledge. Which is relevant to you? Impart, bucket filler. Impart, bucket filler. We need bucket filler teachers. This mission statement says, first of all, we need teachers who transfer information from this side to that side. Okay. When we say impart knowledge, it means this is a process of information sending from one side to another. But the next verb says create. Well, there is a different need now, different style. Creation of knowledge, it means I have to create some projects and assignments for the students where they can create a new information or new findings or new results. And then it says disseminate. It means this is more about research publications, conferences, seminars, research publications, dissemination. So we need such people as well. We need those who can disseminate knowledge. We need those who can create knowledge. We need those who can impart knowledge. And there are so on and so forth. There are other verbs and terms as well. And you have to actually put your finger at the right verb or at the right place. That's here I am working with the mission of the institution philosophically. Next, please. Here is it. For example, this is the test, MCQ test. To impart knowledge belongs to idealism or realism or pragmatism or existentialism. To create knowledge or to disseminate knowledge. You have to work with this mission statement in this way. Okay. Okay. Maybe idealism says that the teacher should be sage at the stage. And he should or she should transfer great ideas to the students. Transfer great ideas are enduring and they are constant. Okay, they are constant. They can only be transferred from the past to the next generations. So you can say that to impart knowledge belongs to, correct answer is idealism. And if I am teaching about great ideas, There is no more. There are some constant and some universal ideas about the existence of God, for example. Okay. Next, please. There are 3 goals of youth university. Okay, university. The whole program across the university, they are designed to develop empowered learners. If you read the statement carefully and you just identify, I have underlined that the first goal belongs to realism and pragmatism. The second goal belongs to idealism. And the third goal belongs to existentialism. And you are doing your job to actually attain one of them. So you have to identify where you are. You are working with responsible learners, developing responsible learners, or informed learners, or empowered learners. Read this statement carefully and own it. And then design your course aligned with the university philosophy. University is holistic. They have covered all the 4 major schools of philosophy. Okay. Realism, idealism, existentialism, pragmatism, but you have to select one which is conducive and relevant and compatible with your school and with your course. And you can say that I am supporting this institution through attaining the first goal of developing empowered learners. You can say I am working with the empowered learners, informed learners, and ethical learning may be my job as a person of religion. Your job is to develop informed learners. So do it. So we will be working together and the student will be an ideal figure. Okay. So this is how my philosophy, your philosophy should belong to the institutional philosophy. Next. This handout is with you. This is your homework, please. Okay. You have to, now here you have to identify your row, not your, your column, not your row, column. Okay, your column. Just explore your relevant column, in which column your subject, your discipline falls, and then you have to tick it. This is my column, and then you have to write a statement, comprehensive statement, a running statement that this is my professional statement, this is my teaching philosophy, this is my education philosophy, and now I feel that I am meaningful in my job, in my profession. I am meaningful. I know what I am teaching. I know why I am teaching. I know what I am teaching. And now what is my metaphor and what is my title? And I know what is the suitable word for my student. They are advices. Okay, in this way. So if you work with this sheet, keep on working. This is not just a one session. This is a continuous improvement, and you will be able to develop your own teaching philosophy. Do have a folder at your desktop, please, and you should have this exercise, these handouts, this presentation, and some other resources. We will also be sending you maybe 1 or 2 articles, and keep working with these documents, and someday, okay, you will be able to justify and rationalize whatever you are doing in the name of teaching in your classroom and in the university, and you are highly connected with the top goal of the university, and you feel good. I am, and you now you can say that I am effective, or I have to work more with my teaching. No, please, if you have any question, but time you have to see. I am also going to teach. I have my classes, you too. Okay. So I think in some other time we can talk more about it. Well, thank you very much for your. Why not? Email. Yes, they can email me. They can. We can talk together. We can talk even in some forums here at CLT further as a follow-up discussion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to end the Zoom session now. The recording and slides will be emailed to you in the next week. Thank you.